She got Street Profit TV, and today we're checking in with Reach Inside and Cultivate Everyone. I got
DeAndre
and
Deja.
And I'm gonna let them go ahead and introduce themselves before we get into anything. So just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
My name is Deja Parker from Washington, D.C.
Hometown.
Yes, I currently work at the University of Maryland. Went to school at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And I'm just excited to be here with my cousin.
Okay, yeah, family. I wasn't even gonna spoil that one, but yes, we're definitely cousins. Yes. Go ahead, give me a
little intro. My name is DeAndre Parker, and this is my sister Deja Parker. And I am 20 years old. I go to Old Dominion University out in Norfolk, Virginia. I major in enterprise cybersecurity.
Okay.
And again, glad to be here. So I'm my first interview. So
shout out ODU. I went to ODU, but I didn't graduate. But shout out ODU, right? Shout out ODU business. As of right now, you two focus on your weekly podcast where you showcase imperfections and you do motivational videos also.
Yes.
But where do you two see yourself taking the brand in about 8 months?
I guess I'll go first. In 8 months, honestly, want to cover all platforms. Even it could be the smallest things to the largest things, but honestly, just getting our voice out everywhere to be heard from all shades of people, all genders. We just want to have a voice that speaks volumes, not just in our community, but everywhere, because we are primarily focused again in DC, DMV area. A lot of things that we do are where we stay at. Mm-hmm. But I think we just want to step out our comfort zone a little bit more, and then also getting back into some in-field work too, where we actually go out and do certain things, and that's where we've been kind of picking off where we left off. So
no, I definitely I feel that 100% because like before I started this, it was kind of like I was really in a weird spot until I seen the love and reaction I got from just maybe 1 to 10 people.
Yes, right.
And then when I looked up again, a week later it was like 20 people. So then it just kept growing. I don't know where it sat down, but it's like, all right, this has to keep going because they're here for something. Like people DMing me for motivations. Like some days I wake up like, maybe like, is this what I want to do? But then it's like, nah, they need motivation too. So I definitely feel that I can support you guys 100%. We're gonna get my camera guy to get with y'all, get in the field. We're gonna do some stuff together. Okay. My next question for you two would be, how did you two come up with the idea for your business while you were in New Orleans? And then the part 2 of that question would be, can you speak on how important it is to travel the world and expand your horizon?
Okay.
Those are 2 great questions. I think when we were in New Orleans, it was either 2017 or 2018.
You might have been 18, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm starting to like, the years are starting to bunch up. But like, we were just sitting at the table with like my mom and my dad, and we just like, there's just not enough positivity in the community. Just what we see on social media, just everyday life, it just wasn't positive at all. And so my mom was like, I feel that y'all can at least be 2 people in this world who can help change that narrative that people our age aren't focused, or they're not thinking positive, or they're not trying to be better. So that's really how it started. It was just trying to use our gifts and what we thought to try to help other people around our age or now, even people who are older. I always feel that like you're never going to grow if you keep yourself in the same boat where you grew up, and that's just facts. Like you have a wider understanding of other people's lifestyles and cultures when you put yourselves into their shoes, and if you don't do that, then you're going to stay small-minded, and you don't want that because the world won't grow up like that. So that's why I feel it's very important to at least, everyone can't afford to like travel far, but it can just be simply a different neighborhood and you're going to learn something.
Yeah, to piggyback off of her first response to the first question, like you said, that's where we initially started off with just inspiring one person was the motive. It didn't have to be, of course 100,000 would be great, but at least if one person picked up what we were, putting down, that's what meant most to us. Maybe not having all the eyes when we first started off, because things take time, but like you said, that love initially, that's where the brand, really got us started.
Before y'all answer the second part, I want to say, like, I just want to add, I definitely tremendously respect that, because even before I started this, like me having, I won't say split feelings of personality, but it's, I would say I got just a tremendous respect for your brand, because I understand how hard it is to promote positivity in this area. Like even being on the fence is like Like so many people are scared to do that, or even speak up, or even embrace it. Like even if they got a light inside of them, it's way more popular to go with what's over here.
For sure.
So even with my music, what kind of music I want to make, even if I have certain experiences, is like, if that's your experience, do you want to promote that to your nieces, nephews, and youth looking up to you? Even if you know better or know about like businesses they can be doing or other stuff, is like you want them to be on your same path, or you want to at least try to like, all right, I'm over here, but you don't gotta be like, that's the way I see it. So I definitely respect that. And it was even inspiration for me when I'm starting up, because it's like, all right, they can push it, I can push it.
For sure, and I want to say, I can't remember the exact title, but my favorite song from you, I think, is it March 18th or 13th? Like
it's an old one, yeah.
I really love that song.
It's about my best friend dying. Like, I actually hate the quality, but I got a lot of songs like that where the words actually mean something.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
and people tend to listen to people who look like them. So if you're someone that you know, like you have that voice, because people are like, okay, I will listen to Jeremiah because he's someone that I either grew up with or who I resonate with. So
or the background, like, just because that's my background, like I could make whatever music I want, and I might realize, okay, everybody might not like it, but everyone around me is respecting it regardless. So yeah, shout out to positivity, shout out to that. And then just speaking on the importance it is to expand your horizon through travel.
We've been traveling since we were younger, thankfully that's just been something that we were blessed to do. And it really, like they just said, it really just opened our eyes to what's really out there. There's so many different people with different attitudes and different personalities that you obviously learn that you can't please everyone. But it does when you get in a situation of discomfort with somebody you may not know or may not agree with. You can find some type of medium that you understand just from that aspect of traveling and doing different things from a young age. And even people that travel now, you can still pick up those qualities. Like you don't have to be hard-headed and then like just stay your way your whole life. You can, learn different things on the way. So.
I mean, for me, like, I totally agree with DeAndre. Like, again, I think that I've learned the most from people who were not in my neighborhood or my area. So, like, I would have never met them or known them if I didn't travel, or just be open to the fact of listening to someone who I wouldn't have traditionally, like, wanted to listen to, whether it was, like, from a different race, culture, religion, whatever. So, I just think that the best people out here aren't going to always just be to your left or to your right. Like, you got to go out there and meet other people. So.
No, 100%. Even what you're saying, like with signs of discomfort, like with me, like I rub shoulders with a lot of people that aren't, like from professional, aspects. So for me, it's like, even once again, back to the music, like, for example, I might have 10 people, that I know that, because I spend my whole life in a good 4-block radius romanticizing like this area, not realizing, all right, the same place you're putting all your love into, your heart into, is hating on you. So once I got that realization, like, whoa, like y'all don't really, I was confused. And so then it's like, it takes now for people in LA or Hawaii, or just someone anywhere they see, or a famous person that comment on my stuff, or so show some support for me, for them to say, all right, let me go like and stuff, and let me support. And I'm not mad, but I just understand now when it comes to moving the needle, like you said, just getting out, travel, travel, because it's not even that difficult. For example, we buy Balenciagas, we buy a bunch of stuff. I do it myself, or I used to, but I figured out, once I found out, like the first time I found out, oh damn, the cost of the trip to Europe is what I just spent on a pair of shoes. It was like, it was just like, man, we really getting tricks. We gotta change the narrative.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking on changing the narrative, could you two give me your viewpoint on both sides of DC culture? Good and the bad.
Oh, like
both sides, just to give you a topic point starting off, like, Magic Johnson coming into town, getting the team, giving the Commanders a push, a new life. It actually made them a little bit more profitable, but I just want to know, like, your opinions, since you live here, like resident on how both sides are.
Well, I think that the upside to it is that DC has always had so much potential. It has always like lived up to its name as far as like opportunity or having things to do and all that. But for me, it's like I think it's losing its flavor because of the gentrification gentrification, and I just think that Black people here are being erased a little bit with not being able to afford the housing, or like, especially with Ward 7 and Ward 8 not having like grocery stores and recreation centers. So to me, that's the downside. Like, yeah, you're elevating when it comes to having new ownership with Magic Johnson, or trying to build up new facilities and stuff, but who is coming to those games? Are you catering to the people who've been here from day one? Like, so to me, yes, it's great to be here and all that, but like, who's able to take advantage of the greatness that's now in Washington, D.C. is the question for me.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I was just thinking about this the other night.
Yeah.
DC is just like so many other cities. Like we were in Las Vegas recently, or even in New York. It's like a mass of just glitz and glams, like all these monuments and museums.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so many tours that come through to see everything. Like, if you really take a step back, I guess it's the bad side of it. DC for regular people is in shambles. You know, the violence is so high, the drug use is so high, poverty is so high. And actually living here for so long, you just kind of sit back and see us not, and I don't want nobody should be the priority over somebody else. Right. But it's sometimes, you know, we are left behind. The people that are actually here, the minorities, and then the glitz and glams for the newcomers, you know, it's just being pushed to the forefront. But I can say on the positive side, living in DC is, you know, just great. And as a child, it's very fun. It's very authentic, you know. A lot of things that you don't see anywhere else is here. So it has its positive and negatives, I would say. So
no, I like both your answers. One thing I can say is, like you said, like with the monuments, the glitz and glam, there's some monuments, like I've never been to the White House, I've never been to a few places, but like I've rubbed shoulders with some people in some of the worst hoods in this area. So like my version of DC is different than when I see people online talk. So it's like, with me, it's like, I'm gonna use that to go into the next question. In terms of music, like there's currently no DMV artists or artists from this area, really from this culture, I would say, in like any Apple Music top 25 charts or anything.
Right.
So my question for you two would be, why do you think that's happening? I got my own theory, so I'll let y'all go.
You want to go first?
Do you have something to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not the most DMV listener. I never really enjoyed DC music, I'll be honest. Like, that's never been my taste. But it got
song for me. I'm listening to 5, no more than 5.
Yeah. But what I think it draws back to is nobody shows each other support. Everyone is against each other. That's been since I was in middle school. You know, these rappers and, you know, the groups, it's always been a sign of, you know, hate. And this is even with just, you know, on a personal level with, you know, just if someone else is doing better, it's like, how can I make them do worse, and not how can I push them up? So I think that's where it really stems from. But I mean, maybe it could just be the type of music too. I'm not too sure. So.
Yeah, I really like, I can't even tell you the last time I listened to a DC artist, like, and I don't know why. I mean, I'll say, we're talking about hip hop. Like, I listen to like Ari Lennox, who's from here and stuff like that, or like Alice Vaughn, who's an R&B artist, but I don't really know. Like, that's a great question. I've always heard that people don't support each other, but like there's a lot of cities who have great rappers and they don't support each other too, and they're like on the charts. So I don't know. What do you think?
Going off exactly what she's saying. Me personally, I believe. So one thing I'll just say, beef rap isn't it's marketable until it's not. Right?
Yeah.
For example, like you go to Atlanta, there are some vicious beefs that we didn't know about because their music is so good. Like, or they put music first, and like you said, they put support first. So like you said, there's beef everywhere. There's beef in LA, but they're some of the biggest artists. Kendrick, we got some big artists from LA. And this is like the type of music, like you said. It might not be marketable at all. That's why like when I started off, I was rapping on DMV beats, but now it's like, y'all want to make a song on the same beat as 4 other people. But then when it comes to listening to it, like, I like a lot of people, like Send Me Homie, I listen to everyone. But my thing is, when I'm done listening to them, it'll put a cloud over me. So it's like, how much of this do I want to consume?
For sure.
Like, how much of this do I really want to dive into?
And I feel like a lot of things is what you put yourself into is like the same thing. Like, if you stay away from certain things, then it won't affect you, you know, just day to day. Like a lot of things happen in DC that you hear about, but you're not into it, so you're really not naturally affected by it. But for someone to listen to that and then know they gotta look over their shoulder when they step outside, it's like a whole new type of thing. And even what he said, like in New York, beef rap is heavy, but those rappers got a 1 year career. And they're in jail. They pass away. It's not like he said it's not marketable, they fall off. It's not, they make the same song with a different beat every time, so I agree with what he's saying too.
100%. 100%. What is one thing that you learned from your grandmother that you'll never forget?
That's a great question. What's one thing I learned from her? I would say, and I don't know if this was a direct, like it's not something that she sat me down and told me, but I think just from watching her live her life, I would say like the importance of laughter and really enjoying like your day to day. Like I'm sure she had her own struggles and things she probably went through mentally that I will never like find out about, but just every time you would see her, she was always laughing. Like, so to me, the older I get, the less serious I try to take life, and I think that's just something she taught me, where it's just like, yeah, life will be hard, life will have its obstacles, but at the end of the day, you can laugh about it, and so that's something I think I'm always keep with me.
For sure.
Yeah, I would say, especially in my senior year of high school, I was in Virginia or whatever, and that was the person I had to lean on the most, who was the most available at the time, the person I had to call on if I had issues. She was the one that helped me get into school, was there when I needed to be, counseled, when I did something with my shoes or basketball, and blah, blah, blah. And that all just leads to, I feel, being a helping hand for somebody, because without her, none of that was possible. And in many ways, I'm grateful for that, because at the time, I didn't really realize how important she was at that time in my life, just being there, taking me to this place, taking me to practice, taking me back home to get food at the broiler. Like, it was just little things that played that role. And now I look back after she has passed away, that if I could be that for somebody, and not always saying, no, I can't do it at this time, or no, I can't make it, but just taking that extra effort when she didn't necessarily have to do these things for me. But she did, knowing that I needed it, even when I didn't realize I needed it.
Right.
So I think that's
important.
I think that's important.
100%. For me, I would say she was a dictator for me, so I'm gonna just go 100% all out discipline. I'm gonna tell a story, but then before I get into it, like just for example, I'm gonna tell the story first. Like, I was young, running wild, running around. She caught me outside trying to smoke. I remember this. And she didn't beat me, but she could have. But she definitely like tore into me, let me have it. And after that, just after the conversation we had, like, cause she basically, it wasn't really a conversation, it was one-sided. But after the conversation, I really learned like, okay, like boundaries, respect. Like, she didn't even get on me too much about what I was doing, but where I was doing it. Like, you gotta respect people, respect their house, respect their wishes and what they want and will allow. And also just her being a rock of support for everyone around her. Like, everyone in the family can be strong. She's the one, like you said, called to. Like me spending half my life there, because me living out of state, I gotta come there every morning before I go to school. After school, I gotta stay there until I get to go home. So for me, it was just like, respect, discipline, boundaries, and her being there for us, being there for everyone, even in a stern way, like, tough love, really do work. For me at least, like, y'all got it a little different, but I needed that for my situation. Like, that's what my situation required, and she did that.
For sure.
So, love her to death. Shout out to her.
For sure.
Anything else you guys want to get on?
That's
a good note. I like that.
I don't have anything else to add. I just always respect and commend people who are trying to do and be different. I think that's something that you're living, and I feel like you're living in your truth and you're trying to be better every day, and that's something that I admire and respect about you. And so I just want to say to keep going. I know you probably already will, but people are watching. I'm definitely watching, and I'm here to support.
I'm definitely trying. 2 quick rapid fire questions for DeAndre.
Okay.
You think gambling's a scam?
Gambling?
Specifically FanDuel?
FanDuel.
You might not be. You didn't even hit that age yet.
Underdog,
No, yes.
FanDuel, Underdog.
All the scam.
Oh, everything's a scam because as much as you'll go down 800 without even realizing they'll hit big for 900.
Right.
You have to be 900. You
No,
just get $100. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a scam because I'm an avid gambler. For example, like I said, last year I might have spent 600, but then I might hit one time for 1,200. I don't get excited though. I just know, all right, I covered everything I spent. So everything is.
I got to for you though. What do you think about what it does for you, like mentally in the moment, like when you hit big, but then when you
I hate
like, it messes you up.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't watch the games.
Exactly.
I like
Yeah,
screaming at the TV.
I think sports is never the same.
I'm
for
different.
them.
It's different from me now.
Yeah.
I can't even watch it without being too invested. Like after the game, I might have to go smoke because I'm so
Yeah.
anxious. I can't even watch it. I'm watching the box score more than I am the actual.
Yeah,
Right.
see, I don't, yeah.
And then for both of you, well, this is mainly for like a man question, but you can answer it in your own right.
Yeah.
When it comes to fashion, what's more important to you, the shirt or the shoes?
I definitely believe the shoes is more important.
Okay.
Because I feel you can wear a white tee, regular pants, but when you got them kicks on, like that's when they really talk. And I feel like the first thing somebody sees on you is your shoes. That's how you know what type of person they are. They clean, you know, what brand it is. So I would say, you know, now honestly, I've learned over time like the shoes that's like a young thing for me. Like always having nice shoes and wearing the nice shoes that come out. So I always love shoes. That's what I say. But as I've grown up with more different things, quality shirt goes a long way too.
I see.
So it's like,
Switching it up.
yeah, like it can be really both because a nice shirt you can wear other different outfits,
Yeah.
but like you got a boot on. There's not many times you can wear that, but a nice quality shirt goes a long way. So maybe I'm split, but
I barely know that.
you know what I'm saying? No, or you have a
For
preference.
me,
That's
oh.
your number one. Like,
For me, it's so, I think now probably a shirt, but growing up definitely a shoe.
100% the shoes.
Yeah, but it's like now, and I also think it's easier for women to shop. That's just
Oh
my
yeah, for
thing.
sure.
Yeah, so you can honestly
Put it
do
on
whatever.
shady dresses. Turn you down. That's why I stopped getting all the Balenciaga, all that.
Yeah, so honestly,
Hell no, it ain't
Do you? That's what I said, do you?
For me, like you said, I'm a side like I got big feet, so they look awkward, like you said. So I'm going with a clean shirt any day.
yeah, for sure.
I'm wearing the same shoes a good 5 days out of the week anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Trapping it out. But so yeah, I'm going with a clean shirt. I always gotta have a clean shirt no matter what. Even like you said, it's a white tee. I care about the shirt I'm wearing more than my shoes.
Yeah.
And I just want to give a big shout out to Cultivating Everyone, Cultivating Minds, Cultivating Conversations with DP Square for sure. Love what y'all doing, and hopefully, as I continue to push this, I can continue to push up fast.
No, likewise.
Love is the same, man. For real. Thank you.
You got us. We out.